Freelancing is freedom until tax season hits. If you're self-employed or you've never dealt with quarterly taxes, self-employment tax or Schedule C before, this video is going to save you from a painful surprise. Let's break it all down step by step. Welcome to taxmerico.co. Today's video is specifically for freelancers, independent contractors, gig workers, anyone who gets paid without taxes being withheld. We are covering the self-employment tax, how to track your income and expenses, how to complete Schedule C, quarterly estimate taxes, and the biggest deductions you are likely missing. Stay until the end. I promise this is the most comprehensive freelancer tax guide you will ever find. What is self-employment tax? When you work for an employer, they pay half of your social security and Medicare taxes, 7.65%, while you pay the other half through withholding. When you are self-employed, there's no employer. That means you pay both halves. The self-employment tax rate is 15.3% on your net self-employment income. This is on top of your regular income tax. Example, if you earn $80,000 in freelance income, your SE tax alone would be about $11,304 before regular income tax. Planning matters enormously here. The deduction you get back. Here's the good news. The IRS allows you to deduct half of your self-employment tax from your gross income when calculating your regular income tax. So, if your SE tax was $11,304, you can deduct $5,652 off the top. It's not huge, but it helps. Who qualifies as self-employed? You are self-employed if you receive 1099 NEC forms instead of W-2s, if you run a sole proprietorship or single member LLC, if you do gig work like Uber, DoorDash, Upwork, Fiverr, or any platform that pays you directly without withholding, or if you're a freelancer in any field, design, writing, consulting, photography, tutoring, or so on. If your net self-employment income is $400 or more in a year, you are required to file a tax return. Why tracking matters? Your taxable income as a freelancer is not every dollar you receive. It's your net income, the total revenue minus business expenses. This is why tracking your expenses obsessively is one of the most powerful things you can do to lower your tax bill. Let me show you exactly what you can deduct. Deductible business expenses. Home office deduction. If you use part of your home exclusively and regularly for business, you can deduct it. Use the simplified method, $5 per square feet up to 300 square feet, so up to $1,500 deduction. Or the regular method and calculate your actual expenses proportionally. Vehicle and mileage. Drive for work, deducted. For 2024, the IRS standard mileage rate is 67 cents per mile. Keep a mileage log. Apps like MileIQ make this automatic. Equipment and supplies. Computers, cameras, microphones, office furniture, software subscriptions, all deductible if used for business. Internet and phone. The portion of your internet and phone bill used for work is deductible. Be reasonable. The IRS scrutinizes 100% claims. Professional services. Accounting fees, legal fees, and yes, hiring a tax professional to do your taxes is deductible. Health insurance premiums. If you pay for your own health insurance and aren't eligible for employer-sponsored coverage through a spouse, you can deduct 100% of your premiums above the line. A massive benefit for self-employed individuals. Retirement contributions. Solo 401k and SEP IRA contributions are fully deductible. For 2024, you can contribute up to 25% of net self-employment income to a SEP IRA up to $69,000. This is one of the biggest tax-saving tools available to freelancers. Here is a pro tip. Keep every receipt. Use a separate bank account and credit card for business only. Apps like QuickBooks, Self-Employed, or Wave can automate most of your bookkeeping. 1099 forms overview. Clients who paid you $600 or more in a year are required to send you a 1099 NEC by January 1st. But here's the critical point. Even if a client does not send you a 1099, that income is still taxable. The IRS expects you to report all income regardless of whether you received a form. What is Schedule C? Schedule C, profit or loss from business, is the form where you report your freelance income and expenses. It attaches to your Form 1040. The bottom line of Schedule C is your net profit or loss, which flows into your main tax return and also determines your self-employment tax. Walking through Schedule C. Part 1. Income. List your gross receipts. This is all money you receive from clients. Part 2. Expenses. List every deductible business expense. There are dedicated lines for advertising, car expenses, depreciation, insurance, office expenses, travel, meals, utilities, wages paid to others, and more. Part 3. Cost of goods sold. Only relevant if you sell physical products. Part 4. Vehicle information. If you deduct vehicle expenses, you will answer questions about the vehicle here. Line 31. Net profit or loss. This is the magic number. Net profit flows into your 1040 as income. A net loss can offset other income. Here is a pro tip. The meals deduction for business is 50% deductible. Keep records of who you met with and the business purpose. Don't deduct personal meals. Common Schedule C mistakes. Mixing personal and business expenses creates a paper trail nightmare on auditors. Claiming 100% of mixed use items, be proportionate. Not deducting legitimate expenses, leaving money on the table out of fear. Forgetting the home of office deduction. It's legal, it's available, use it if you qualify. Claiming hobby losses. The IRS has a 3 or 5 year profit test for what qualifies as a real business. Why you owe quarterly? As a freelancer, no one withholds taxes for you. The US tax system is pay as you go. That means if you expect to owe $1,000 or more in federal taxes for the year, you must make estimated tax payments quarterly. Failing to do so results in underpayment penalties, even if you pay in full when you file. Payment schedule. Quarterly 1, January to March income, due April 15. Quarterly 2, April to May income, due June 17. Quarterly 3, June to August income, due is September 16. Quarterly 4, September to December income, due is January 15th of next year. Mark these dates in your calendar now. Missing a quarterly payment doesn't mean you owe nothing. It means the IRS adds a penalty on top of what you owe. How much to set aside? A widely used rule of thumb. Set aside 25 to 30% of every payment you receive into a separate savings account, dedicated only to taxes. More accurate method. Use the prior year's tax liability as your guide. If you paid $12,000 in taxes last year, pay $3,000 per quarter this year. That satisfies the safe harbor rule and protects you from underpayment penalties even if you end up owing more. How to pay? Pay online at irs.gov using the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System EFTPS or through Direct Pay. You can also use IRS2Go app. Always get a confirmation number and save it. Here is a pro tip. Open a dedicated tax savings bank account the day you start freelancing. Every time income comes in, immediately transfer 28% to that account. You'll never scramble at tax time again. Recap. Freelancing has incredible financial upside, but the tax complexity is real. Here's your action list from today. Open a separate business bank account immediately if you haven't. Start tracking every business expense. Use an app or spreadsheet. Set aside 25 to 30% of every client payment for taxes. Mark your quarterly due dates: April 15, June 17, September 16, and January 15. Work with a tax professional to optimize your deductions and avoid costly mistakes. Freelancer taxes are complicated, but now you have the foundation to handle them confidently. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you'd rather let a professional handle all this for you, we specialize in self-employed tax returns. Book your free consultation at taxmerica.co. See you in the next video. If you found this video, like this video and subscribe for weekly tax tips. Drop your questions in the comments below. We read every single one. Book a free 15-minute tax consultation at taxmerica.co and let our experts handle your taxes stress-free. Thank you.